Imagine if ordinary objects, a chipped stone or weathered wood, were silent witnesses, recording the visual history of everything they ever saw. Dr. K. Shivaram Karanth explored this very possibility in his Jnanpith Award-winning novel, Mookajjiya Kanasugalu. The story centers on Mookajji, an elderly widow who possesses a form of clairvoyance triggered by touch. By handling a physical artifact, she experiences the raw, unfiltered dreams of the ancient people who once held it. While her neighbors dismiss her as an eccentric, Mookajji's visions hold the key to uncovering the origins of human civilization, directly challenging the religious dogmas of her time. When Mookajji touches a primitive, ancient tool, she is pulled back to the dawn of humanity. Through the stone, she witnesses our earliest ancestors interacting with a primal nature that was both hostile and entirely uncontrollable. Mookajji's visions reveal that the earliest ancestral myths were born of survival. They were psychological coping mechanisms meant to navigate a world that could kill at any moment. This is animism. It is the human instinct to assign a soul to inanimate objects, serving as our very first defense mechanism against the unknown. Human belief grew from the ground up, fueled by the urgent necessity to categorize and conceptualize a terrifying environment. As Mookajji handles a more advanced relic, like a piece of pottery, the timeline of her visions moves forward. Abstract fears begin to take a literal shape, personified into recognizable figures, gods, and localized spirits. Humans began to negotiate with these forces, inventing deities they could pray to, bargain with, and offer sacrifices to in exchange for safety. Over time, these fragmented individual tactics consolidated, turning scattered beliefs into organized mythologies. This structural shift paved the way for the creation of social hierarchies and the first rigid religious orthodoxies. Mookajji's visions uncover a profound irony. The rigid societal rules and religious dogmas of her own time are built entirely upon a foundation of primitive, terrified human imagination. Mookajji's grandson, Subaraya, represents the modern, rational mind, listening to her stories with a critical ear. He acts as a translator, attempting to process her wild, experiential visions into documented history and anthropology. Subaraya's modern skepticism often clashes with the psychological truths in Mookajji's visions, creating a friction between intellect and instinct. As Subaraya attempts to catalog these visions into a coherent system, he's doing exactly what the ancestors did, taking the incomprehensible and turning it into a structure he can manage. His rationalism is the latest iteration of that same ancient impulse to impose order on the universe. Karanth's use of clairvoyance is a deliberate intellectual tool designed to strip away centuries of societal conditioning. Beneath our modern rituals and dogmas lies a continuous, unbroken thread of human vulnerability and imagination. This invites us to look at our own contemporary beliefs through the lens of Mookajji's historical timeline. Human history is more than an archive of dates. It is an evolving tapestry of myths, and our modern reality is the latest chapter in that ancient collective dream.